3, 2, 1.
You're live.
We are live.
Hey everyone, welcome to Slow News Day Live. My name is
That's what she said.
I am here in the Santa Cruz Mountains. I am joined by my better than your bratty ass daughter, Glory Jones. What's up, Glory? How you doing?
That's what she said.
What does that even mean?
It's making you smile. Well, it's making you smile, so I'd take that as a good thing.
Because it's childishly hilarious. That's why.
Are you or are you not smiling because of it, Steve?
Background behind me is artwork done by a friend of the show and the wonderful gentleman who created the cartoon faces of me and Glory. I saw version 1 of Sleepy Josh this morning. Johnny Bravado. You can find his work at johnnylarson.com. johnnylarson.com. There's an H in Johnny. I'll throw the website in the chats here before too long. Show the guy some love, man. He does incredible work. We will be joined here in a few by Alexandra. She had to work late, and I'm sure we'll be salty about that by the time she gets here. And in the meantime, dude, it has been absolutely crazy, and I'm so incredibly grateful that for the first time in really like my lifetime, there's a focus on what's going on in Gaza as it affects Palestinians, not as what we've usually seen, which is Hamas fired rockets into the thing, and it's terrible.
Hamas.
Israel's forced to deal with this, and they're only blowing up civilian targets because that's where Hamas hides, because Hamas bad human shields. No, Israel is a settler colonial state. It's a terror state. They have actual on-book legal apartheid. They are genociding this population. Fuck Israel.
You know what? One funny thing I hear from a lot of like liberals is I hear them going like, free Palestine means freeing them from Hamas, not Israel. Hey, bitch. Who the fuck do you think helped Hamas rise in opposition to the secular PLO? Who do you think loves the Muslim Brotherhood? I wonder who. In case if you don't read WikiLeaks cables, it's Israel. So hey, if freeing Palestine means freeing them from Hamas as well, then by a couple associations, it also roughly means freeing them from Israel, you Zionist liberal cucks who are too afraid to not cap for genocide. Yeah.
Or YouTube's dead. Or I guess YouTube's dead. Like in general.
Really?
Yeah. Perhaps we should have streamed this on Rockfin. Or not on Rockfin, on Odyssey.
Wait, what do you mean it's dead on YouTube?
I mean, it's only been like hamster wheeling and going to a reset screen. Or a could not be played screen.
We're live on Rockfin though, right?
Yeah, the Rockfin one's fine.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know.
I think it might be a YouTube thing because I'm seeing people also saying that they can't watch the panel I just did on the Vanguard about Julian Assange.
Okay, yeah, in the Rockfin chat right now, everybody's saying YouTube's having serious issues. So, I mean,
well then,
you know, this is why.
Yeah, even fucking Twitch is up.
Yeah.
This is why we Rockfin.
Yep.
And DLive, they can go to DLive too if they.
Yep.
Fuck with Rockfin. That's up too. Just to verify.
Yes, guys. Good thing we're already streaming on Rockfin, because fuck YouTube.
So, where I was headed with all of that before we were so rudely interrupted by YouTube shenanigans. You know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about some YouTube shenanigans. They did a modification to the terms of service. I'll probably flesh this out a little bit more on Thursday. Got an email. It's only on my phone right now because I don't feel like pulling it up on the laptop, honestly. YouTube is going to monitor, run ads on everything. It doesn't matter if you're monetized or not. It doesn't matter if you have ads turned on or monetization turned on. Doesn't fucking matter. They're just going to run ads on top of everything wherever they want to put them, which I fucking guarantee you means for the shows that they don't like, they're going to stick ads like every 3 minutes in there and just make it fucking impossible to watch and enjoy. Because they already tried. They already did this. They turned on like auto ads to where every time you uploaded a video, it automatically put, a ridiculous amount of ads in your content. You didn't do that. You had nothing to do with it. All you did was enable the video to be monetized by ads, and YouTube put them in there. You had to turn them off, like physically, every time you uploaded a video. This is about the time I stopped monetizing all of our videos, is when they decided to do that. Also today, YouTube told our good friend Ryan Christian, Last American Vagabond, first of all, that his video was too long. Video was removed because it was too long, right? Right, too long. That
the same platform that has 10-hour compilations of Darth Vader's breathing thinks Ryan Christian video is too long. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And then behind the scenes, it tells him that it's for medical misinformation. So also know that none of the videos are the one they removed for being too long. They went through and gave this guy's channel 3 random strikes in a row in one sitting because they know it's a TLAV pirate stream and they don't know what to do about it. So they cheat. Wasn't even the Last American Vagabond's channel or the TLAV backup channel. It was on a pirate stream that had done a couple of his live streams. So they're going through for everything so they can throw 3 strikes at the channel. Yeah.
Lovely.
Never been thrown out anywhere for being too long.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
I know. It was I feel like it was too obvious to set up.
You're welcome.
Do you want to go to the Azerbaijan stuff, John?
Yeah.
Really, why we started off talking about what was going on in Gaza and the wildness that is. It's actually getting attention, somewhat positive coverage, even though it has backed off a little bit in the last 24 hours. It seems like accidentally letting people tell the truth about the terrorist and apartheid state of Israel for more than a news cycle was a bit too much. And so at least in the mainstream and in the 1 degree away from that, they backed off on it considerably. But
and I mean, they didn't even cover the protests in America. I mean, And especially in Miami, like the fucking coverage of the protests in Miami has been absolutely abysmal. I was probably one of like 3 people who was actually like reporting on that event. Although, like, I fucking like I threw in a couple chants here and there, but that's because I'm an activist at heart too. I don't pretend to be an unbiased reporter when I'm at these. I don't, because I can't. So yeah, but yeah. Tangent over. So basically, a couple weeks ago, we talked with Vanessa Beeley about the president of Azerbaijan, Aliyev, who's waging a genocidal war against Armenia, where they've been terrorizing civilians, bombing homes, churches, schools, hospitals. And one thing important about the churches as well is they also occupy ancient churches around the whole Turkish area. That's something done by Erdogan as well, basically to foment a cultural genocide of Armenians because their persecution is still ongoing. So these past couple days, while there was tons of attention over in Gaza and in Palestine and Jerusalem and Sheikh Jarrah, Azerbaijan prepares for future invasion of Armenia by occupying positions in Syunik. On May 12th, the Azerbaijani military crossed into the Republic of Armenia and moved 3.5 kilometers into Syunik province, seizing the entirety of Sev Lake. The next day, the Azerbaijani military breached 2 other sections of the border and occupied more areas of Armenia. It was initially reported that with Russian mediation, Azerbaijan agreed to withdraw to their pre-May 12 positions, but with 2 small military camps being established nearby. However, Armenian reports suggest that many Azerbaijani soldiers remain illegally in Armenia. It brings to question why Azerbaijan almost instigated a new war, thus forcing Armenia to activate Article 2 of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, a Russian-led mutual defense pact. Since the end of the Second Nagorno-Karabakh War on November 10th last year, President Ilham Aliyev insists that the war is over. However, the war is far from over, as Azerbaijan has not achieved full control over the entirety of Nagorno-Karabakh, as an Armenian administration based in Stepanakert still maintains rule over larger areas of the region. In addition, despite the rhetoric of peace, Aliyev has the long-term goal of occupying Syunik, as this Armenian province is the reason why Azerbaijan proper is detached from its Nakhchivan autonomous region. For a long time, Baku has espoused a humanitarian issue in Nagorno-Karabakh, but it has always been about territory. Having seized most of the region with relative ease in 2020, the emboldened Aliyev wants to continue further by crossing into Syunik. Although the war here ended last year, Aliyev has repeatedly claimed that part of the quote-unquote ceasefire agreement was the opening of transportation corridors across Syunik province to connect Azerbaijan proper with Nakhchivan, an allegation continually denied by Armenian authorities. Aliyev, in turn, has also repeatedly stated that he will open the corridor by force, and in recent times said that the region is historically, quote-unquote, Azerbaijani. Effectively, Aliyev is already legitimizing the justification for an Azerbaijani military occupation to either occupy Syunik or force transportation corridors across it. Transportation corridors are necessary for Azerbaijan to be able to directly reach Turkey without having to bypass through Iran or Georgia. In this way, a pan-Turkic corridor stretching from Istanbul to Turkey in Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan can be established as Armenia's sovereignty over the Syunik is the only hindrance to this pan-Turkish addition. And then they just go more into that as the article later goes on. But I just really wanted to bring attention to that because it doesn't seem to be getting enough coverage that while so much attention is on Gaza, Azerbaijan is actually ramping up tensions with Armenia, has quite literally invaded, put troops there illegally in the southern region of Armenia, and is really ramping up tensions there. And like the article pointed out, there's a collective treaty with Russia. So if they get involved, then that could possibly cause the US to get involved, which there was a statement by a US official that was kind of like asking Azeri officials to pull out of the region, despite the fact that we give military aid to Azerbaijan, which is funny that Biden recognizes the Armenian genocide, but still gives aid to Azerbaijan and Turkey via NATO, which is just so ironic to me. And then another reason why I wanted to bring it up was because the ongoing prosecution of the Armenians is something that is very much intertwined with the current struggle in the Zionist occupation. It's a part of Zionist aggression to go after Armenians as well and aid in their continued persecution. An Armenian priest was hospitalized after being attacked by 3 Jewish youths in Jerusalem during those riots, aka another round of Kristallnacht. Armenian priest Arbak Sarukanian, attacked by 3 Jewish youth in the Armenian quarter of Jerusalem, informed Chancellor of the Armenian Patriarchate of Jerusalem, Koryun Bagdasaryan. So sorry about that pronunciation, but the Armenian quarter was essentially being attacked during the riots in Jerusalem. And really quickly, I just also wanted to share some stories from, well, just one story from the Armenian quarter in Jerusalem. And just to give an idea of the ongoing persecution they face. And I just wanted to read from this one specifically. Be a priest I met at a church supper in Virginia during my book tour tells me that when he was a seminarian in Jerusalem in the early 70s, the Haredi Jews spat on the Armenian priests on a daily basis and on the seminary students. He says, one day I just got fed up with it. I called the other seminarians together. There were 5 of us, and we agreed that we'd undo our belts and keep the belts at our hands inside our cassocks. We walked out of the church, and a man spat on us, and we pulled out our belts and gave him a thrashing. It might not have been the Christian thing to do, but I was young then, and it was satisfying. I say to be, they still spit on the priests on a daily basis in the Armenian quarter. Yes, he tells me, I know, I couldn't stay there. I might have risen higher in the church if I had stayed, and the spitting I could have learned to tolerate. But watching the way they degraded the Palestinians was too much for me. And then the last thing I want to add, tying the persecution of Armenians to Zionist aggression, is ding, 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 you guessed a pretty obvious one. Of course, the Zionist occupation of Palestine is providing military support to Azerbaijan. The Azeri military is using their drones in their genocidal war against Armenia. And they've praised the very effective drones and technology. A top Azerbaijani official confirms his country has deployed Israeli-made military drones to combat areas in the contested Nagorno-Karabakh region and praises Israel Harap drone in particular as very effective. Israeli technology helps Azerbaijan to provide security and safety to its nationals. Hikmet Hajiev, a top foreign policy advisor to President shithead Ilham Aliyev, tells the Israeli news site Walla. And I just wanted to tie that all together because one thing I hear a lot is that we're supposed to expect the Israelis to care about genocide because it's, it's one of the main reason. The Holocaust is one of the reasons that they used to justify their illegal occupation of Palestine. Yet the problem with that is they don't care. you can't pretend that genocide is a one-off thing, because it happens more often than you think it does, unfortunately. I mean, it's happening in Palestine, and it's happened to the Armenians over the course of a century now, really. And the Zionists have fully aided in it. So, yeah, just want to keep an eye on that while we're going at the Zionists and bringing attention to their crimes, specifically in Gaza. I just wanted to bring this key story up as well, that the Azerbaijani-Armenian war could be ramping up again. You're muted, Steve.
Oh, that's right. This is just, the continued slow rolling genocide of Armenians has been going on for a century or more now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, what'd you do, Armenia?
I don't know.
I mean, really. Next time that I talk to Tripoli, I'm asking him what the fuck he did. Just who the fuck he thinks he is.
It's just sad, really, because like that at this point, the ongoing persecution of Armenians is just something that's like, all right. It's just like commonplace now, despite the fact that like there's still a very engaging cultural genocide going on in Turkey and now in the occupied parts of Armenia. And I mean, like, even though genocide happened before the Armenian genocide, genocide became a word because of the Armenian genocide. Like when, like even like, and like I said, even though there were genocides before the Armenian genocide, like the Nazis literally said, hey, we can get away with this. Look at how the world was silent when the Young Turks did what they did to Armenians. Like it's, and it's just,
we have some super rays that we can get to real quick.
It's always appreciated.
Shadowband Refugee says, CuckTube having a live stream glitch across the political sector, all sick. They're having to rebuild the algorithm. His recommended vids coming up are from Abby Martin, Ronnie Kellick, Max Blumenthal, etc. More and more. After tonight, let's see how much anti-Zion Nazi content. Holy shit, that just jumped. Motherfucking, come on, Rockfin.
You gotta turn off auto scroll.
Right.
I believe in you, Steve.
Let's see how much anti-Zion Nazi content is up after tonight. Free Palestine from the grip of genocidal Israeli terrorist tyranny. Abolish Israel. Make Palestine again.
Mappa, which is also the name of the studio that produces Attack on Titan. Hey, thanks for that segue.
Robert Escobar says hashtag force the vote. Thank you very much, Tarot Man. And again with the Shadow Band Refugee and the CuckTube censorship monopoly and build the blockchain. T-Lab, Unlimited Hangout, SND, Convo Franco. I done said to YouTube to let my people go, and here we are at the land of milk and honey. Build the Rock Fam and build the blockchain. Break monopoly and bitch-ass ministry of truth. I wish you weren't so shy, my friend, and you would just tell us how you feel, and maybe you really should call into the show on Friday, Shadow Band Refugee.
We have a call-in show. Did you know that?
We do. It's called Get Your Shit Together, and we do it every Friday night. You're more than welcome to call in and let us know how you really feel. Rachel, thank you very much. Rob Van Dam, what up, Rob? Rob says Purvis is a coward not reporting on this genocidal apartheid state. Maybe he's afraid of losing the Pimp Tool MMA meathead audience. Ha ha. I don't know, dude. Are you talking about the Azerbaijan thing? I don't know. I don't know if it's on his radar. I'm going to talk to him later anyway. I'll run it by him. Monique, hey fam, I'm still here listening to most after the lives. We got great boots on the ground here, and I assume that means Western New York. Very busy. Keep us in your thoughts as you fight the good fight, because we have the fight of our lives going on. Nothing like the Palestinians, who are in our prayers and our voices. Lots
Hugs
of
and
X's
kisses.
and O's. Thank you, Monique, very much. Bhavana Limworth, thank you very much, dude. You guys, we hella appreciate it, and unfortunately, we actually do kind of need the shit. So, if you dig what we do, keep the tips coming. If you're so inclined, endorse the channel. It's $9.99 a month here on the Rockfin. You get everybody's paywall content, and it allows us to do this more often with better equipment. And so, like, get on the ground and go do this shit like where we don't live, and that's how that shit works. I hate this part so fucking much. I really do.
I know you do. I know you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, Dad. I'm proud of you.
I am proud of you, Glory Jones. You kicked ass on a panel earlier today on the Vanguard with our good friend Kevin Gostola and Gabriel Shipton, Julian's half brother.
Yeah.
Him and John Shipton, Julian Assange's father, are going to be coming to the U.S. In June. Multi-city tour, home run for Julian. We're definitely going to be figuring out what we can do to help get in on the ground floor, or help, spread the word, make it easier for those guys while they're here, whatever we could do. Hey, it's Allie.
Allie.
Hey, how's it going?
So
just
this is
listening, guys. What's up?
totally unrelated to everything. We were just and actually not really, but it's still unrelated. What is with all the pro-Israel Indian bots I'm seeing on Twitter?
I haven't seen them.
Because I go on Twitter, and under like every post I see like simping for Israel, like the top reply is some random ass bot that's like, India stands with Israel.
Oh,
We see you. And it's like, huh?
Allie
I have
tells
seen
you
that.
she's got a Jewish uncle a few days ago, and now when she shows up, you're like, oh, so hey, I have a question. I see how you move, Jones.
What?
Look,
What?
oh, it's all good. Just, damn it.
No, that was a genuine
I know.
question.
Being an ass.
Even if that's what reminded you. Way to bring that up again.
I got you, Glory
Just
Jones.
put a target on it. Only got half of me though.
No,
I'm
I
kidding.
was thinking.
No, I
'cause
know, I
had,
know.
like,
I'm
a
cool
Twitter
with Adam
streak up.
Green. I think we're like, right now we're okay. Right now we're good. But
Wait, that was a genuine question.
I know. I know.
no. That shit's crazy though.
Right?
It's very weird.
Does anybody have any thoughts on that?
It's just weird. Like, why?
What would it be? What would the game like as far as like India's support of Israel? Is that what you mean? Because I can
Yeah.
well, because isn't India why is there an echo? Is that me? We do it live. Seriously, is that echo me?
I don't hear anything.
Weird. Well,
Oh,
I'll
there
just
it
carry on then. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no, I hear a little echo.
I don't hear it on my
Alrighty.
end.
Huh. We just had to bring up Israel and it all went to shit. No, I mean, I know you guys were talking about it, but yeah, with the relationship of, I mean, India is kind of, it'll be interesting to see which way they go, because China is vying for India. This will make sense. Like, China is vying for India, but then of course the United States and the relationship with India. And I don't know how much changed with the administrations changing, because I know Trump was all about India. I don't know what it is with Biden.
See? Okay, random ass tweet. Went to Israel's Twitter page. First thing I saw.
Yeah.
Boom. Scroll down a bit. India. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm assuming it's just to make it
don't.
seem like as if the more of the world is supporting it than it really is, like the people of India. I'm assuming so.
But like, why India specifically?
Well,
That would
why
be
are they?
Ah,
Why
it's a
is
very
the,
viable
why is
market.
the Indian Hindu standing with Israel posting in English?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, why is the IDF account, the main IDF account, posting solely in English to begin with?
Right. And then I was just checking out, this is also kind of a side note, the American funded radio stations and like broadcasting services over there. What is it? Radio Sawa, I believe. And I was trying, I forgot to post it in the Element, but the link to that website, people should Google it and check it out. It's the shoddiest, like, just website I've ever seen in my life, and it's funded by the like American government. And I wanted to see like how they're posing what's going on there, especially after what happened, of course, like with Al Jazeera and every building that they claim Hamas is in. But again, it's just like more of that narrative management shit. It just reminded me of that. But I don't know why like India specifically would be like the country to, I don't know, boost that. I'm assuming because India is a viable market and they want to show that they're with Israel. Who knows?
I guess.
Talking about,
I get that. Let's just
talking
look
about
at this shit. Look at that.
Lovely,
Right?
well put together.
Yeah. It's from the
Oh wow.
the broadcasting.
This is the Ron
board
Paul
members.
report from 1999.
Oh, I know.
We have
Sorry.
smoking gun evidence that Hamas was operating inside of that AP tower. Smoking gun.
And they have something in Gaza as well. Radio Sawa. So I was trying to find out where they're located. But you can't find shit. But yeah, of course, fired from Gaza, Israeli army says. But I can't believe that that's like through the voice of America. Like that's your tax dollars. Well, it's, Biden helped make that a private, non-for-profit bullshit thing, but it's still funded by the American government. So that was my side note. Yeah, I don't know. But it's very clear, like you have been saying, Glory, that there's cracks in the dome. The narrative's most definitely, it's not sticking this time. There's something
Hell
different.
yeah. Well, I mean, I just always find it funny how like you go to like the IDF or Israel's Twitter account and it's like alternating between like the Iron Dumbo is the greatest thing to ever exist. It will protect us from anything, even nukes, as opposed to like, look at all these rockets being fired at Israel by Hamas.
Or
Like,
Israel. Yeah, it's
feel bad for me. Feel bad for me.
yeah. Also, I want to say, I don't know what world I was living in. I have to be honest. On Saturday, there was like 20,000 people in Chicago protesting. So that was my bad disclaimer, because I was like, there's nothing going on. There was. I'm pissed I wasn't there. They weren't really connecting with a lot of the groups that organize typically in Chicago, but it was cool to see that happening.
I saw that there's like an international day of action
Today.
this Saturday.
Oh, well. Yeah, there was one today. I know there was a general strike in Jerusalem today. And there's going to be protests this Saturday. This Thursday, I'll actually be on the ground in Boca Raton.
Oh shit.
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, Boca Raton, that's where the real Zionists are.
That's where they be.
How do we say it without getting a strike? How do we say it without getting a strike? Boca Raton.
Boca Raton. Boca. Did you guys want to see?
There's two places that you can go protest at in Broward and
It's
Dade
the
if you want to
vacation
get at
set
the
of Curb Your
if you
Enthusiasm.
want to
Sorry.
yeah, if you want to get at the heart of the Zionists, there's two places where you can protest in Broward and Dade to really get at the heart, and that's Debbie Wasserman Schultz's district and Boca Raton.
Did you guys want to
And
see if my uncle would come on for an interview? Sorry, side note, my conservative uncle. Can
I
I
don't
just
want to be mean to your uncle, though.
why he's a piece of shit?
I'll be mean to your uncle, dude.
My family, the rest of my family would be like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's-
Well, I mean, if you guys don't like him, then yeah.
No, can't stand
I'll,
him. Well, I mean, he can't stand him. He truly he thinks my brother and I
I'll
are
burn
like,
his ass
less-
up then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'll
he
burn
thinks
his ass
my
up
brother
then.
and I
That's
are
fine.
like less. Yeah, no need to bring my family drama on TV. But yeah, we Thanksgivings were always a good time. Like, so I've been hearing this debate truly my entire life about whether or not Palestine should exist. So,
Yeah.
and like, I just can't believe that it's even a discussion. Like, should these people be allowed to be there?
Yeah. It sucks because we didn't even have that debate like with me growing up. It was just like always an accepted thing. Like, oh, Israel's here, it's going to defend itself, and eventually it's going to take over Palestine completely. And that was just something that I was like, because I was like so insulated and like that whole, I was just so insulated in this thing. But like, then when I started paying attention and like I actually met Palestinians, like one of my high school teammates, when I was a junior, we got a freshman that was Palestinian, and then I met another Palestinian family, and I just like talked to them and fucking learned.
Yeah.
And I met one of them again when I was at the protest on Sunday.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was
Nice.
great. Like, I didn't film it because my phone was dying, but like, you know, it was a very personal conversation anyways.
Yeah.
And like, he was just saying like, thank you for coming. Because like, it means a lot for them to see people turning out. So
I can
yeah.
imagine so. Yeah.
So I have like 8 things happening here.
Yeah. I'm like, what's happening?
I figured you're giving it the multitasking face.
Sorry, that was something funny. I don't know. It was like a slightly sinister smile. That's why I was like, what's happening? just doing things.
So our good friend Teddy
Teodros
dropped this one today. You know, Fauci means sickle in Italian.
Wait, really?
Sickle is a short-handled farming tool with a semicircular blade used for cutting grain, lopping, or trimming people.
Hold up,
Become their
I gotta
name.
look this up. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Fauci is a sickle that is lopping off humanity. And this is a little bit older article that it came out like 3 weeks ago. But I do kind of want to big up Tedros here.
Google Translate says Jaws.
Damn. Well,
I don't know. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna do a pasta and say maybe it's Northern Italian,
yeah, it's
not
a regional.
Southern Italian.
It's a regional thing. Exactly. Go with that. Like, when in doubt, go with that. It's a regional thing.
I'm sure Fauci means sickle in Southern Italian.
Yeah. We'll go with it. Alleged. I don't want to like. We're like corn.
I know.
That's funny.
I'm just fucking around at this point.
Also, it's Google Translate,
Yeah.
so it's probably inaccurate to begin with.
Maybe they already went in and changed it because they don't want you to put those two together. That's going way off, and I know that's
They probably changed it.
That.
We probably changed it. They were like, "Oh man, hey, this dude Teodros spitting fire. We gotta go change some shit."
Gotta change that. They might just find out.
I just want to point out that Teo's got a great way of phrasing things. Instead
My
of
man
blindly
spits.
following the press releases of biotech corporations that are being echoed by politicians, media personalities, and medical professionals, do your own research because these studies are as fraudulent as Enron's accounting practices.
Mm.
In case you don't remember, go look up Enron, George W. Bush, and a guy named Ken DeLay. What the establishment are engaging in is criminal negligence as they either knowingly or unwittingly perpetuate what is arguably the biggest hoax in world history. And this is legit, man. India was doing just fine until they started mass vaccinating. I did not realize just how much of a scam these clinical studies were until I ran across a tweet from my former alma mater, Johns Hopkins University, that touted how the vaccines stopped symptomatic COVID-19 and make it highly unlikely that someone can be infected at all. Instantly, I realized that the tweet was duplicitous at best. They were admitting that the vaccines were not vaccines at all because they only extenuate the symptoms and do not offer long-term immunization. This is something that all the major COVID vaccine manufacturers admit. At best, the snake oil that they are peddling offers short-term inoculation, but still leave people susceptible to catching coronavirus even after people develop vaccine-induced antibodies. This is a reason why the CDC recommends that people keep wearing masks indoors, although they just lifted that like 2 days ago. Again, 3-week-old article, and we can talk about that in a second. Avoid large gatherings and keep social distancing even after they get injected with these pharmaceutical nostrils. If these were actual vaccines, like the one that essentially wiped out polio and smallpox, they would not have to worry about contracting those feared diseases once they got immunized. To the contrary, people who sign up to become lab rats for these vaccines have no assurance that they will be safe from COVID-19. At best, people who take part in this ongoing clinical trial develop antibodies that wear off after 3 to 6 months. Yet even during that window, they are still at risk of catching and transmitting SARS-CoV-19. This is the fucking, like, this is the insanity that people have to live in right now, where the information is always counterintuitive to reality, where the definition of words don't fucking mean anything anymore, where they have to be changed in real time to protect a political narrative, not a reflection of updated science, not because there have been rumblings in the scientific community for years or decades. This is not what this means. We have proof. That's not why they changed the definition of herd immunity.
Right.
They did it to push a narrative. Nobody should be okay with that.
Right. Like, do you think if the topic was different and then you framed it to people like, hey, so and so happened, and then they started changing definitions of the words around blank issue, wasn't it, isn't that fucked up? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get why people aren't all
for sure.
outraged.
I mean, remember what Steve always says, like, we're not okay with qualified immunity for cops, so we sure as fuck aren't okay with qualified immunity for big pharma.
Well, but it's, they're just testing it right now. We had to do something. We had to get, this is better than nothing. It's like,
emergency authorization is actually full approval, guys.
well, yeah, it's an
I know what you mean.
emergency.
Yeah. Okay. People are dying. You fucking anti-science extremists.
Be gone with you.
You flat earthers. What's next? You're gonna tell me the moon landing didn't happen?
I still like to pretend that it did. I'm not gonna lie. Space is fun, even if it's just an idea. But yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, space is fun for sure.
But no, I know.
Yeah.
We won't get into that topic today.
I'm always down to talk about space. It's fun.
It is
It's
fun.
very interesting. Reminds me of the ocean.
Up there. Speaking of space, what's up? I mean, I don't watch, I'm not looking at the mainstream news much, but UFOs are just here. Like, they're just here. Like I mean, we've been talking about it, like our government, you know, and like all the security agencies. I didn't mean to derail the story, by the way, but
it's cool.
We could talk about them aliens, you know.
What's up?
Let me put down this.
That's what she said.
And let me pick up. Oh, god damn it. Where's the one with the fucking charged battery and the weed in it? I got too much shit. Oh,
Too
there
much
it is.
shit.
Okay. Hold up.
All right, we gotta wait for Steve to take this hit.
That's fine. Yeah, man.
We could commence speaking about them aliens now.
Damn aliens.
Let's talk about them aliens.
I mean,
You know what was funny?
What
That
the
one
fuck?
time you took a hit of your weed and you blew it and like it bounced off the wall of the convo studio.
that's funny.
It was so funny because he like tried to blow it to the side and it bounced off the wall and you just hear him go like, "Oh shit!" And then like smoke, and then the smoke,
Like
the vape comes in our faces, and we're like,
Whoops.
I did too. I like blew it right into the convo studio. Not giant. And the chair that I was sitting in was like right up against the wall. And so I was trying to be like kind of stealth and even sort of like lean out of camera.
Yeah.
Bit, you know.
You're just like,
And it just cascades off the wall. Right over the top of me, right
Just
on the like
kicks everybody out.
head.
Oh shit.
right
Dead
onto me
smack
and
in the center
Fee,
of the
Oh,
camera.
that's funny.
and you just hear
Whoop.
Steve going like, "Oh shit!" And then
There's
like the
smoke just,
smoke
like-
fades into view, and I'm like,
But no, we've talked about this
That's
before
hilarious.
on the show, though, where they bring out Bob Lazar, they bring out Tom DeLonge, they bring out these kind of like limited hangout guys who are, and I don't know, man. I was watching last night's Union of the Unwanted. Fantastic episode. Just the four original show hosts. Good time, great discussion. And they were talking about them aliens too, because it's all over the fucking news now. And I mean, just they're pushing this. So I mean, you guys know me, right? Like, if I'm gonna see something like that, you know, might wind up saying something about it. And last night, just sort of fucking around. Oh come on, god damn it. There's a lot of stuff on this Twitter feed. I apologize if you're following the account. Can't imagine what it's like to have Misty set to notifications.
I thoroughly apologize if you have me set to post notifications, especially during the like 3-day period where I made it my mission to spam the Secretary General Reporters Without Borders.
So this is what we get, though, man. And I look, dude. I'm not saying this had an uptick in permissible criticism of Israel is because we're about to have a fake alien invasion while the Antichrist
I didn't see this
new
tweet.
global governance. But if that happens, you know, you heard it. You did.
I like that. Yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts. Like,
We
so it's just
talked
out
about
there.
it. I mean, we talked about it in the context of what's more unifying than fake alien invasion,
Totally.
or you know, one. And look, dude, people have joked about this and talked about this and fucking predicted this for a long time. But at no point has UFO or them alien disclosure like taken such a they had it on fucking 60 Minutes.
That's what I'm saying. There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And I get
Did
it.
you see any of that?
Yeah.
I watched a few minutes of it.
No.
Yeah, because I pulled up a little bit of it after they were talking about it on the Union, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
That's what I mean.
Because the way that I think or Charlie or Midnight Mike, but they were like, the reporter started out really dismissive and kind of like glib, I think was the word that was used. And just, and the more of these fucking just stone-faced Air Force and Army and Navy fucking officers are going, yeah, so, and then we were at X amount of feet and the craft just and there as this is going on, the interviewer is like
what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, but I
wait a
mean,
minute, and like starts to, kind of like, oh shit,
Yeah.
and
but I mean, in terms of like the details you could like take from that 60 minutes, was it like more reminiscent of like full details on it, or like the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix
Not
type?
Isn't it like
even.
it's covering
Not
probably
even
for
it.
half the shit we're doing in space, the Space Force shit? Maybe, I don't know. Side note.
Well,
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in terms of like actual disclosure, they probably showed you a little less than what you would have actually, what you found out through the Epstein thing on Netflix. Like shit that a lot of people knew. Guaranteed there's some stuff in there that's pushing you off in a direction that it is inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
But enough to get people like looking.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get to a point to where everybody's eyes are looking in that direction, the fuck else are people gonna be able to get away with at that point? And I've already seen people try to tie Israel and Gaza to the Green New Deal.
Oh yeah.
I've already seen people try to tie what happened with the colonial hack to climate change and shit like that. The Project Veritas tapes, whatever you may think about O'Keefe, like the CNN dude wasn't making shit up.
No.
The CNN dude was trying to brag to get some strange.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. Like, and if the CNN producer is saying we're going to hit climate change hard, and then they immediately start to do it and only have to pull back because damn aliens and fucking Gaza's burning again. By the way, fucking confirmed again, white phosphorus again, more fucking war crimes.
For like the 57th time now.
But, dude. But yeah.
Hamas. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Our buddy Gordon Dimick tweeted out this thing that was like, maybe you will, in order to be, less anti-Semitic, you should learn some Hebrew. Here's the translations. Here's the English word for school. Here's what it is in Arabic. Here's what it is in Hebrew. So in English, it's school. In Hebrew, it's Hamas base. It's if you have a library, you're Hamas base. Hospital, Hamas base. And then that way, if you just refer to everything as a Hamas base, you will not be accused of being anti-Semitic.
Right. Everything's Hamas base. Everything. Every building, tall, short, doesn't matter.
Everything. Even all of time is Hamas.
Yes.
Even though they were founded in 1987, but still, all of time is Hamas.
Yeah.
And I haven't experienced Hamas for myself. I don't know, but I've heard many different perspectives on it. And again, no one ever talks about, well, why are they even operating the way they're operating? Oh, I don't know. Because of the Israeli government. It's very, again, this isn't that complex. There's,
Why
of course,
are they using guerrilla tactics? Because they're in a 5-mile square area that has been transformed into a prison.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get to go take the F-16s out for maneuvers.
Wow. I can't even pretend to do like a rebuttal of that. Yeah.
But Bella Hadid wants to throw Jews into the sea. Wait, what?
Did you see? Yeah, like a bunch of.
Do you not know where From the River to the Sea came from? Yeah, I do, and I know it doesn't mean throwing Jews into the river.
Right.
You Ziocucks.
We have a couple of more super rays that came in. Costello, thank you
It's
very much.
always appreciated.
War Deer Entertainment.
Heyo.
Space Critters. A friend from high school's ex-husband said aliens ran up an $800 power bill one month and his granny chased one off the porch. Hashtag Mississippi. I'm halfway convinced on that you're me from the future calling on a phone that runs on happiness. Halfway.
He's halfway there.
It's growing on me. Shut up, Jones.
Aww. Does that mean Steve's gonna be happy in the future?
I hope so, man. I would like to think so. I'm frequently happy. Okay, I am occasionally happy.
Yeah, you are. Of course you are.
I laugh a lot,
You do.
which
More chipper than my ass, so you're all right.
But that's why you're my salty hype
chipper.
man,
I don't know
Sleepy
where
Josh.
you get chipper from. Just because I don't try to break shit right after I wake up doesn't make me chipper.
I just meant in comparison to myself.
Yeah,
That's true.
Take the compliment. He finds you chipper.
German. The fuck?
I would love to be called chipper.
My
especially in the
salty
morning.
hype man is trying to compliment you, Steve.
Oh.
Didn't I tell you to get in the truck?
Oh.
Base God Tech Ninja.
Get in the truck!
I told you to wait in the truck.
Trying to read here real quick, you clowns. Look, what's this saying? The corporate background. Oh, it's mocking it. Somebody was like, "What's up with the corporate background?" It's one that I've had for a few days. I need to change. I need to up my background game. I know this, and coming soon. But
It's actually signaling to our corporate overlords at Clear
much I love
Channel that we're going to play ball when the show is on iHeart starting Sunday.
yes, look
And
at
to prove this, our first guest for our introduction to both Aftermath FM and iHeart Radio is Whitney Webb.
That's so awesome.
Whitney will be
And also-
joining us this Sunday.
Man,
The
fart in
following,
I said fart in church.
yeah, the following Sunday we'll be joined by the attorney Ty Clevenger, whom you may know from the lawflog.com blog. He is the gentleman who has filed all of the Freedom of Information Act requests regarding the Seth Rich case. Ed Butowski's lawyer, who apparently doesn't give interviews, has agreed to give us an interview. So that's pretty freaking cool. And if we're not kicked off after the first 5 minutes with Whitney, and we get to do another show there, then it'll be with the principal attorney and all of the Seth Rich cases.
And then they can do some research and they say, look, she supports corporate America. That was just all, it was a joke. So yeah, that's how I'm going to tie that back to that one. And neither of your backgrounds are offensive. Anyway, that's fucking awesome that Whitney will be there for Sunday. Heart Radio.
War Deer Entertainment. Thank you very much. He says you'll get there one day, me.
Aww.
You know what? I closer and closer every day, my me.
My me.
Oh my me.
Me, oh my. Aliens are
Fucking
here.
pot everywhere.
Wait, there's this one article I wanted to pull up. I don't know. I just, going back to it, I just have never seen them so like easily just be like, here, take this. Like just handing it to you on a platter. Like aliens,
That's what she
they're
said.
real. Damn, yeah, I set myself up. Yeah. Yeah. I
You
got
didn't
nothing.
really set yourself up. I'm just saying it whenever I think there's like a little centimeter.
Oh yeah,
to
no.
give. I'm just like, yeah.
That's what she said. No. I've been, yeah. I get it. I think I set myself up because I was like, I think like that too, like everything in my head. I'm like, that's what she said. That's what she
Can
said.
I turn this into a dick joke?
2
What am I-
years of being friends with the
talk on this.
2 years of being friends with the Convo Couch and couple months of being in the Deep Throated Terrier Discord has
Mona-
trained
Mona no
me for
slouch on
moments
the
like
that's what she
these.
said jokes either. She's definitely not a slouch there.
I traveled around the country every 2 months with a Renaissance festival. I'm pretty well set
Nothing faces you.
to just jump right in.
Right on, man.
With a full fucking array of dick jokes. Yeah, and totally fucking not weirded out at all to make a ton of dick jokes. I mean, it
We
could
are
be the
serious
whole show.
news
It could be.
organization.
It could be the whole show. Could be like nonstop fucking cock and balls humor. It could be, but it's not. Because,
right.
like, it would be hard, really.
I couldn't even hold that. I just.
I was doing all right until Allie lost it. I was. I'm doing okay.
Okay.
We do a lot of
Moving
stuff about the national security state and big tech and the
Real quick, a lot of
oncoming
federal buildings are
techno-tyranny and-
designed to be built like dicks, bro.
Oh yeah, we were talking. I've had frequent conversations with it. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save the dicks for Jackbox.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't get over it. Anyway,
Takes
Back
another
to you,
hit of
Steve.
his weed
I
pen.
know.
This is Skywalker OG. This is delightful. It reminds me of like when the strain first came out, late 90s. Yeah.
Aw.
takes it
Ver-
back.
Ver good.
They featured that strand in an episode of the Boondocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All of the Star Wars strains, it turns out, are pretty good. They are. There's some Death Star and some purple Death Star that is delightful. We don't ever like see. It could be a dick joke show. It could be a weed tube show, but it's not because we live in a fucking cartoon where the West is largely ran by a relatively small number of satanic pedophile billionaires.
Yeah, and they have brands like this.
Global intelligence sharing network.
And small dicks.
Yeah, that too.
Military. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Ridiculous amount of little dick energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insanely high body count as a result of it. It's just underwhelming reporting.
Underwhelming.
But yo, you can see people like hang out on the beach. You can see people fucking like I don't know, talk about voting like it's a realistic solution without addressing the fact that we have privately owned elections.
That's not real. Show me a source. Oh, anyway, we shouldn't go down that road. Nothing. Anyway.
Jones,
Yeah.
how much time do you have? Did you want to get to anything else while we were here?
I can't think of anything else that I specifically wanted to draw attention to, because I know y'all got the rest. But
big shout out to the Truthzilla podcast. Our thumbnail for the night is one of their t-shirt designs. The Fauci gave us all AIDS, which is true. Go look that up. It's a cartoon, man. It's a cartoon. Fucking cartoon. I'm watching it right now. A presentation from Dr. Charles Morgan on psychoneurobiology and more. I did not mean to hit play on it, but I do want to kind of go through that. It's like an hour-long presentation. I'm going to try and like find a few of the most thought-provoking timestamps. The subject, they're going over the already done and recorded experiments that they have had on putting chips in monkeys, and then the monkeys will then control things that are hooked up electronically with their thoughts.
Excellent.
And then the implications of being able to control someone else's thoughts because they have similarly been chipped. Chip to chip control. Third party also. And this is a couple of years old. The experiments had already been conducted. We're now nearly 3 years removed from the presentation.
That's horrifying.
I mean, we got people running around like legitimately complaining about Meghan McCain is too mean to her co-hosts on The View.
Oh, is that
Like
is
that?
that a thing?
Ricky Schroeder gave a Costco employee a hard time. The dude from fucking the TV show Silver Spoons, like forever and a day ago, who now resembles like a cross between Steve Bannon and Jonah Hill, aka in like the Superbad era. It's kind of like if you could put those two together, like a shorter, less attractive Seth Rogen.
Doesn't sound good.
You know,
It's just me, but
I mean, he was a child star. I'm sure he had a fucked up every day after.
true.
Since,
True.
during, you know.
Yeah, I'll say.
But like, people are legitimately worried about this shit. We have people who like legit think Antifa is going to get them. We have people who think the Proud Boys aren't the federal government. You know, like, and yes, it's not cool that there are assholes that are running around in costumes smashing shit.
Right. I get it.
Chances are those are the cops. And
Yeah.
if they're not the cops, they were already assholes, but they're not the assholes.
And you can, in the bracket of glass breakers, you can tell who is and who isn't a cop pretty easily after you've been to more than 2 protests.
Okay. Because you're just saying like the way that
Real
they'll do
talk,
it, you can
because if
tell.
you're breaking glass to get into some place, it's because you don't have shit and you're trying to leave with shit. And hopefully enough shit so that your neighbors can come up a little bit too, or that you can come up a little
Mhm.
bit to like maybe have running water in your house. Like that.
Right.
And at that point, a riot is the language of the unheard. But like largely agents provocateur,
Right.
especially in the fucking protests that have major political party sponsors. And let's
Yeah.
not pretend like the Unite the Right shit doesn't. Let's not pretend like the White Lives Matter shit doesn't have major political party sponsorship. If you're at one of those, you're participating in a limited hangout.
Yeah.
Is what
And
you're doing.
Frozen up, bro. Up.
the channels that have gotten famous just off of covering protests, which that's cool, cover protests, but you know what I mean, like specifically like the riots, and then like only focus on it from one angle. And it's usually the people, yeah, they're like it's Antifa, and like they'll, I mean, I like that you can see it, but it also, it's promoting more of this like the culture war, and it just
And-
is
Oh,
silly.
the culture wars
They're
are
not the
grift.
ones getting their fucking
Yeah.
van broke in by the fucking cops.
Right.
Like the Convo Couch did and got on fucking film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they're the people who, yeah, eventually get served with a fucking subpoena because they might have to go and like flip on whoever they were communicating with prior to the January 6th thing that they suckered into getting into that building. Baked Alaska.
Baked Alaska. I remember seeing that. I'm like, is that fucking Baked Alaska?
Nikki Fuentes. I still think you're an asset, but you can come on the show.
I would.
Hey, Steve,
Can we
come
make that
on. He's on
happen?
the no-fly
Please?
list. Be nice to him, Steve.
Please.
I'll see
Or
what
like
I
they're gonna
can
be like,
do.
what the fuck is
Nick
Allie about? She
Fuentes,
wants
come
Nick
on the
Fuentes.
show.
What?
Thanks.
We met. My friend yelled at you. Well, towards you. He was wearing a bowler hat. He looked like a Hasidic butcher from the 19 teens. His name's Andrew. He's a lovely, lovely man. Lovely man. I got questions.
Yeah, I just got questions.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
She's like yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fucking flip when fucking Glory goes on OAM.
Oh my god.
I want to see that show so bad. We haven't made it happen yet, but God
Yeah, I was like,
damn
wait,
it,
what?
we're going to. God damn it, we're going
Damn
to.
it, we'll do it.
It's
Oh my
like
God,
it's
that
gonna
would be so
start
bad.
off on like some calm topic, and they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, a reasonable leftist." And the next thing you know, like I'm actually gonna start getting into it, and they're gonna be like, "Ah, Antifa, Antifa, Antifa." But I really do want to ask Jack Posobiec what it's like to have Mossad's ball sack dangling in his face. I do. I want to know.
That'll be interesting.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're
Some
watching
real
Jack,
wonderful takes.
if you're watching Jack, feel free to indulge. Like,
Salty Mediterranean taint right on the bridge of your nose, Jack.
I don't think it'd be Mediterranean though. It's got to be a bit more Western, you know.
I'm just saying locality, you know, based purely on locality.
Some Epstein's massage oil on it, maybe. I
Right,
don't know.
right. The brine of the Sea of Galilee.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck it. Look, dude. If full fucking benefit of the doubt here. Okay? Full benefit of the doubt. If there's a social media and on camera version of this dude that is light years removed from the individual that he is, let's say, off stage, then at least say what I'm doing is performance art.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't do that, expect to be talked to about it.
Expect us.
We have some questions. The elephant in the room is that, oh, you know who he's friends with. Well, guess what? People have minds of their own. Doesn't mean that, like, oh, we all support him. No, I don't really think about it much, but when I see on Twitter, he's got a lot of real stupid takes. I'm assuming it's to be, it's for his brand. It's what he's selling. But like you said,
I
just
have
say
a low
it.
opinion of him, but I don't think he's like some Nazi. I just don't like I don't.
He's just like a professional shit starter. Just like, just say the one or two line that he knows is gonna rile up the people that like him and rile up the people that hate him, and voila. Your Twitter, you got some more followers. So
Voila! Next thing you know, you have a bunch of Proud Boy sympathizers paying for a new home. Cassandra Fairbanks.
yeah, she had some tweet the other day. I was like, you're so lame. I'm not a fan. I don't know if you knew.
Oh wow. Our buddy reared his giant walrus-like mustache about a month ago to proudly proclaim that the Monroe Doctrine is alive and well.
Yay!
Yeah.
But like, who wanted to hear from John Bolton?
I guess he hadn't made any waves lately.
Like,
Yeah,
Trump's gone, so you can't get him on the he got fired by Trump. Ha ha.
They'll still find a way to lick his ass, dude.
Did you want to get into the IST stuff, Allie?
We can, or we can keep just talking about whatever. Cause honestly, it'll put me on the spot here.
I mean, before y'all get into, I was gonna say before y'all get into that, I'll probably hop off here then. So, yeah.
I was just gonna kind of browse. There's specific things I want to focus on, but that comes this weekend.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want y'all to be constrained with that. So,
I'm just trying to go.
Everybody, watch out for my Twitter Thursday, because I'll be on the ground in Boca Raton for a pro-Palestinian event. And once YouTube stops smoking dick, then feel free to check out the panel that I did on the Vanguard. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it.
Kevin killed it, and Gabriel Shipton. That was my first time being on with him. He's super cool, and so are the dudes over at Vanguard. Thanks for putting that together. It was awesome. And yeah.
Bye. Love you long time.
Right. If they're not signal jamming, then we'll see if we can't get Glory to call in on the Jitsi again. We were talking about this right before we went live, but like we really don't talk about how routine it is for signals to be interrupted at protests, how you can't communicate out, how there seem to be like, how did you put that, Sleepy?
Like no one has a fucking problem with
they
it.
Can
like,
block the ones that they already snoop on, but
like they can traffic shape. So like if they can detect it's like a live stream to Facebook or something like that, they can traffic shape it so it just won't fucking work. So because she was able to get a hold of us on encrypted platforms last time because they can't traffic shape that. not in the same way you can that other shit. So like,
What's traffic shaping for the people who
Yeah,
are listening who may
so
not
so
understand?
basically, you analyze the network packets coming in, and you can tell by those packets what it is, like what it's, you know, where it's going. Basically, is mainly what they're looking
okay.
for. So they can be like, "Hey, slow this way the fuck down if it's going to this place." And that net neutrality shit, that, you know, the Ajit Pai stuff, that allowed them to do that not on the down low, because they were already
Yep.
doing that shit on the down low, but they
Wow.
weren't supposed to be doing it. Now they're allowed to do it. So now they're just doing it at protests, like in particular. So good.
Good.
But
Good.
yeah, everyone acts like it's fucking normal and that we shouldn't be like, you know, up in arms about having our communications blocked while we're protesting. That's fucked. That's a violation of many things, I suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I mean, and certain media networks are allowed to broadcast live. Sometimes they are well away from it.
Yeah, like
But I
like
mean,
when they were talking about, you'd have some companies with a fast lane basically and a slow lane with the net neutrality changes. That's done with traffic shaping.
Yep.
That's exactly how that's done. So that if you hear that term, that's what they're talking about.
So that allows for almost complete control of the narrative in terms of what people see. And this is exactly what fucking happened at the Capitol on January 6th. Because if you watch coverage from throughout the day, there are, like, from the moment people started showing up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, sometimes you could get like 2 seconds of a phone call through or a text through, maybe. So you usually had to walk well away from your lips. And then, I mean, you know, people are trying to live stream. There are content creators from like all over that are running around. There are a couple of like larger news channels that were trying to wander. Everybody's trying to get signal. Nobody can broadcast. They're like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then like me and Burmis and a couple other people that were just in and out throughout, popping in and chatting with us, had all been to that rodeo before, and we're like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen the signal jamming come out this early, to the point to where, like, when I left at like right when Trump was speaking,
that sounds so weird.
Huh?
I said that must have been so weird.
Was because couldn't really see him. We were like well away from, you know, the giant like human cattle fucking, you know, like processional.
Yeah, the right.
Into the area where they, you know, where the actual crowd was. We were back by the overflow area. There was a giant pile of backpacks, right? And like nobody was rifling through them. It was a fucking backpack pile at a protest, right? Like, and like all the fucking right wingers were amazed. Yeah, you've never seen this before. You could never do this in the fucking air. It's just like, dude, it's the backpack pile. That's what happens. Generally, nobody fucks with anybody's shit. You know, if somebody tries to and it's obvious that it's being stolen, usually somebody gets a shit beat out of them. That's how this works. You know, fuck around and find out. Like, it's pretty universal.
Not just right, just right.
But the way that I left, I fucking Rudy Giuliani's fucking Tales from the Crypt looking fucking ass was like walking out right by where we were. People were mobbing up by, "We love you, Rudy." You know.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, it was gross.
Weird.
It was,
so
and
weird.
he is a fucking demon-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he looks like it.
Ugh. So I had to be almost back to the Airbnb, which was a solid mile and a half from where the Capitol was. At least a mile out before my phone worked. And then on my way back, as soon as we got out of the Airbnb onto the street, my fucking SIM card went away. And I'm like, because I wasn't really planning on bringing my phone anywhere near this motherfucker for
Right.
the rest of the day. No, I'm not gonna show up on no, you know.
Right.
And fucking and I but
Wild. Yeah, fuck
but I
that.
mean,
No.
everybody's phone was fucked until all of a sudden we get back. People had already went smashy. The tear gas had already gone off. They were fucking saying the Pledge of Allegiance on the steps. You know, fucking a WikiLeaks banner got dropped. And fucking, but everybody's phone worked. Everybody could live stream all of a sudden. Everybody could get the fucking.
Wasn't that interesting?
And I had been at the Capitol 2 days prior, on the opposite side of the street at the Rayburn office building where AOC's office is, because the Force the Vote stuff was going on and they had promoted our stuff. So we went and hung out at their stuff and they went and hung out at our event, you know, and it was nice. And so I was there with the same fucking Capitol Police, way less, although there were like 90 of them surrounding maybe 45 or 50 of us.
Yeah,
Like, it was weird, dude.
it's weird as fuck.
But I mean, we couldn't broadcast any of that. They had us signal jammed there, you know, and again, you know, 40, maybe 50 people.
Right.
Signal jammers, twice as many cops. 2 days, 48 hours later.
None of it makes sense. Oh, I mean, it makes sense, but to, you know, you pose that to somebody just who's not really aware of it, they're like, I would expect people to be like, wait, what do you mean? It's like they still don't put it together. I mean, even the fact, like, this is a bit of a side note, but on that day, that infamous day, did anyone think it was weird, like, because of everything that went down there and like, oh, I don't know, a woman died, that they just like went back that night and they like, didn't they just like resume what they were doing? Like, what, in the Senate? I mean, I don't know. It was just a side note. Like, I just thought that was super fucking weird.
No,
like,
they picked it right back up.
You'd think they would close the building down, like clean up a bit. No. I mean like clean, like just the damage and stuff. Oh my god.
They had to.
Oh yes, I know.
To preserve democracy that day, even though a terrorist mob had broken in to the most sacred of spaces.
Our house.
People's house.
This is the people's house. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, dude. Like the fact that they could get up there and say that, like, they desecrated our house, like, or not, it's not our house, it's your house, or whatever the hell Nancy Pelosi says. And
at my coffee shop, a guy that I've known for like 15 years, a dozen years, was like, they should be executed. You can't storm the Citadel and not pay a price. I'm like, the fuck you talking about?
They should be executed?
Whole Citadel?
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? What? Brother, chill. Whoa.
Truck up just a little bit. You know, like, bro. Are you sure you're all right?
Right. Like, if you repeat it back to people, like, what, like, wait, so you want them to be executed?
For
what again? Did you want to, for what?
For taking part in a false flag? You're getting fired.
Yeah.
Like, there's already, you know, video of the laws that they broke.
Right.
Damn sure they know who these people are. They're just asking you to help them find them so your bitch ass gets used to snitching.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are really taking quite well to it, I would say. You know?
That's what tripped me out about the panel that Jones was on. And like for that, I mean, dude, I would love to talk to the guys from the Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
To like see if they, you know, the like that whole like, what if a major left-wing politician spoke up for Julian Assange? Like, bro, not their job.
Yeah.
That's
It's
not what
really
Democrats do. It's that party that started the secret grand jury on Julian Assange in the first place. It's that party that, you know, contracted and tasked with Stratford, HB Gary, to come up with fucking scenarios of how they could end this human being, destroy him completely, his outlet, his family, his co-workers, and anyone who'd ever been nice to him.
Yeah.
There's documents for that.
These aren't right. Those aren't people.
So WikiLeaks released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if only it were that simple. We wouldn't be at this point, though. You know, if it were, it would have already been handled. He would be out of prison. So I get that, but in it, like, honestly, even if you get a politician to say that, like, I'm still not understanding what that does for Julian Assange.
I mean, look, dude, if you could theoretically get, you know, 30% of the American population vocally supporting Julian Assange, roughly what a major political figure could pull in votes from the populace writ large, right? Or from the voting population.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually does get it, you know, to the point to where like you can, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I get where you're going.
I feel like if you can condemn the judges in the court of public opinion, you might be able to move that a little bit. I think if you can move other world governments to at least symbolically be like, hey, what you gotta stop. If you can shame the judiciary without specifically going, this is the Five Eyes and we fucking know it. Everybody knows it. We just can't say it. Let's, you know, put it all on this magistrate panel and fucking shame them into doing the literal least they could, which is correctly interpret the law as written.
Actually, yeah, because then they have to, you know, if they don't, they have to explain. It's different for them versus other, I would say, actors in this that are more typically asked to talk about Julian Assange. So that actually sounds like the most viable option. Public shaming does work.
You've got to have the citizenry all but or literally up in arms over it in order to get the governments to symbolically release a fucking statement in the affirmative in order to make it seem like, okay, the entire fucking planet is on you for this, you three fucking magistrates who now have to, before the entire world who's suddenly watching, make a determination on whether or not the clear evidence that shows not only is the case abjectly false and incoherent and fucking a gross violation of international law, United States law, UK law, Swedish law, Ecuadorian law, like it's the precedents it sets going forward are way too much for any one nation to have that much power. No, even symbolically they'd have to fucking let the guy go. Like you know, I mean, physically let him go, but even if, you know, we only live to fight till the next case, that's worth it.
And that's
Fuck ton at stake here. You know.
yeah. I was when I was watching it today, that was his Julian's brother-in-law. Yes.
Half-brother.
Okay. That was half brother. My apologies. I liked that he was on there. That was interesting. I've never really, I mean, there's been a few times that I've been able to like read closer, like people closer to him. I like to do that too, just because it's interesting to hear about him in other aspects. But I thought that was cool that they had him on. I mean, I don't really know much. I'm going to be honest. I don't know much about the Vanguard. I don't know much about their audience, whatever, but I would say anything it was a good panel to like introduce the subject if they're really not privy to much of the information for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man, and there's really nobody better than Kevin Gostola.
Oh, yeah.
Really isn't, dude, and that's
Mhm.
not just because he has previously said nice things about me. Like
He's very sweet.
I mean, he's just.
I love that man.
He's very I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one time he's very sweet.
Makes
like
me want to troll
nobody.
less.
Huh?
He makes me want to troll less. He's so nice.
I know.
Really is like the nicest fucking guy, and just brilliant, and you know, goes through a decade's worth of persecution seamlessly, effectively, and yeah.
You know,
really
I liked his points today about like he's not getting caught up in all the drama and a lot of the shaming and all that shit, and like, yeah, we do some of that, but like we're just trying to apply pressure to people. But like he brought up a good point. If you just keep reporting the shit accurately, you know, like they're gonna have to listen to you eventually.
Well, and I mean, we've echoed that, like,
Yeah,
you know, that exact sentiment. And I mean, when you look at the amount of content that like our crew has generated based around just the news or just the backstory.
Oh, it's an incredible amount of hours.
Versus the amount of time that we've like bitched about media not doing its job. Overwhelmingly, it's been
for sure. I mean, we
nuts and
we take a
bolts of
different
the
approach.
case.
It works for us, but like I like the fact that he's been just so steadfast with that, and he's had great success with it. Like,
yeah, he doesn't get caught up in any of that shit.
None of it.
Well, and when he does,
watch out when he does, because it's rare, but it's fiery.
I like that though.
Mean Kevin
they don't
comes
respond
out
off. Yeah.
Well, slightly mean Kevin.
Yeah, but I respect that though. It shows
I like the fact that he does pick his battles, like when it comes to that stuff, and like
it seems as though you have to.
Like his approach to it is inspiring because he just keeps going. Like the guy never fucking stops. Like, and it's not just with Assange; it's with every whistleblower that dude covers. Like, he ain't gonna let it go. And I admire that about him. He just does not let that shit go.
You know, I was thinking too, just like, yeah, all the work shit that you guys have put in and the whole crew and some like him. I think a lot of people also won't cover it because, you know, it's like your average reporter. I think it's a very intimidating story almost because look what I mean, it's not a competition, but the reporting that is done about it, that's when it's done well, is extremely in depth. And that's not a justification that people shouldn't cover it. I just wish that people wouldn't see it like that as something like intimidating or like if they don't say it the right way, you know what I mean?
It's a lot to unpack, but that's why I don't know anybody involved in the Julian Assange movement or in the whistleblowers, you know, largely covering that or covering the national security state or anything in that sort of realm that won't like, fuck yes, I'll come on and talk about that.
Right.
If there's something you aren't you know, you don't have the full picture on, like, I don't know anybody in that realm that won't be like, fuck yes. You know, I mean, dude, like, Cynthia McKinney came on this show and it had like 70 subscribers or some shit. Dude, like, I'll go on anybody's show, you know, especially if it's to talk about that. You know, and I really don't know anybody who's like, no, I'm not taking interviews right now.
Right,
Okay,
right. It's
you
not
know,
like that.
but that's because they just flat the fuck out don't do like other media, and that's just their fucking, you know, their thing, and like,
Yeah.
respect that, you know, or at least understand it and don't fucking get mad about it.
Right. Some people just don't want to do interviews. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I'm because I am noticing more people wanting to talk about it, or other things that I didn't see them wanting to go near a few months ago because it's safe. So I'm trying to be nicer or kinder about that. I guess more patient. Be like, okay, you're not really where I wish you were, and I don't want you to take this narrative and, you know, then be dishonest with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can like somewhat influence that in a way, that sounds a bit authoritarian of me, but like influence it in the way so that like they are getting that information because they see that their audience wants it. It seems like the right thing to do. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look at what. Look at Rockfin right now. Look at what people are coming here to watch, and why they're having to come here to watch it, you know, or you know, other platforms. And if you're one of the people who have like had to play it safe,
Yeah, quote.
Now that it's safe, the only thing that I'm going to ask is don't try to pull that I'm the only person who dares to talk about this shit, you know, especially when you know that people have been getting fucking demonetized and deplatformed and fucking, you know, the fucking banned outright from social media platforms and shit for over a year now.
Yeah, shit on, yeah,
this
specific
issue. Like it for, again, damn near a year and a half, like day in and day out, you know. I mean, fuck, dude, the amount of nonsense that Burmese has had to go through, and not just nonsense, but like financial hardship. Same with Ryan, and same with Whitney, and so like Corbett. So many fucking people have just been put through the goddamn ringer for accurate information that they weren't afraid to share with their audience.
Right.
You know, I mean, fuck, dude, we haven't had a monetized video on YouTube since like fuck March of last year, April of last year.
Wow.
You know, or one that has been monetized.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, they won't even let us fucking keep subscribers over there. We, you know, like, fuck it though, because it needs to happen. You know, that's why it's cool to be on Rockfin and on Odyssey and over on DLive, and fucking when Super U gets out of beta, we'll go over there too. And like, it's, you know,
I just, yeah, I want people, yeah, I'm happy they're here or somewhat close to here. Just, yeah, like, I have to actually, sorry, I've kind of like cut you off, but like, I think that this could apply to a lot of things now too, because I'm seeing all these Biden voters that are like, I fucked up. We were talking about that the other day. It's like you were saying, good, okay, so you get that now. I'm not saying I don't need you to stand up in front of me and say you're sorry. I just need you to, like, maybe next time, can you not join in on like the entire narrative of trying to discredit anybody who has a different thought? Because then we could probably be a little more impactful if everybody gets it. You know what I mean? Like, just do that. Just do that.
Yeah. if we don't have to wait for everybody to catch up, if we don't have to spend a year getting shit on by you guys and like dragged into fights with you guys, only for you to turn around 15 months later and be like, so anyway, this happened, and turns out without even fucking zero acknowledgement that you slept on it, that you were shitting on people who got it right, that like that zero acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Just so turns out. Remember when we said the bad thing about this person for fucking up once last year? On it, you know, like just start fucking picking up what like a lot of us have been putting down for a very, 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 very long time. That's all. It's pretty critical right now. Fairly fucking crucial that like more than just, you know, the relatively small amount of us that have been screaming about this forever and a fucking day are screaming about it. I'm really glad that there are people who are on board, and we knew it was going to happen with the Assange thing. We really did. We knew it was going to happen. You expect that, especially as an activist, you expect fucking a ton of Johnny come latelys. Really, like, the important thing is the people that go to them for information or getting that information always said it doesn't have to come from me. I know, like, I'm not for everybody. I know that, you know.
Nobody can be.
Right.
Nobody can be.
But dude, I know a lot of people, you know.
Yeah,
I can help you get you somebody that's not me.
Tell you the same thing, but they can tell you, blah, blah, I can't talk anymore. They can tell it to you in a different tone if you prefer. You pick. We'll find the person for you.
It's true. It is.
Custom made.
For sure. Should probably go ahead and wrap.
We should. Next time.
And then we'll see you Thursday.
Allie's gotta be tired as fuck.
Huh?
Allie's gotta be tired as fuck at this point.
I am a bit
hasn't
tired.
even got to like wind down from her day gig yet.
Yeah, day gig.
Yeah.
Well, not only a few more months, but should have normal hours soon. But yeah, I haven't. But so now I'm getting to the point where I just get like delirious and start talking, and people don't need that.
I know that one.
Yeah, you do.
I kind of like that one. What do you got, Allie?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be on with Misty. I'm very excited. Bitch, I'm super excited for that. That's 7 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like, somebody. Yeah, so I'm doing that tomorrow. Thursday, there's a show with Franco. I hope I didn't just blow a surprise.
Oh, Franco's on Thursday. Yeah.
Surprise. Yeah, I don't know. Friday, con show. Sunday. I'm super excited for Sunday too. So yeah, we've got a lot going on.
When is Sunday anyway, since we're having a production meeting?
Yeah. That was actually a question I had too.
The radio thing this weekend.
One more time.
When is the radio thing this weekend?
Say it's the Sunday show.
Just the 10 a.m. normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get with them and we're gonna figure out how to get it out through Aftermath and all that stuff.
Right.
Stream key, whatnot, shit like that. So busy week. Make sure you're hanging out, dude. That's gonna be awesome. I'm glad you do the show with Misty.
I'm excited.
That's Bitch with Comrade Misty, which is somebody read that as bitch with Comrade Misty and then thought that the guest was the bitch and Misty was the Misty.
It's called bitching, people. Bitching.
Bitching.
So if you come in and you're complaining about people bitching, that's literally the purpose of the show.
That's the show. Yeah.
Chill.
Thoroughly looking forward
Fucking
to it.
chill.
Anywho.
It's to blow off steam.
Also tomorrow night, late night, around 10 o'clock at night, I will be joining Jimmy Jean and Into the Microcosm on the Aftermath and YouTube, and we'll be putting it out on the Rockfin, I believe. Maybe, probably. I'd like to.
We should be able to. I can see. I did it last week. We can do it again.
Yeah, those are fun, dude. They're fun as fuck. I enjoy it. And then Franco will be with us at 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 on the West Coast. Friday, get your shit together. That's 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 11 p.m. on the East Coast. Call in, and we'll talk some shit.
We're going to be limiting the calls to like 15-20 minute stops, though.
Yeah. Josh is going to put on his bouncer gear. No more like 35-minute phone calls. Sorry.
Just want more people to be able to get in.
Sorry.
We just want more people to talk.
Huh?
Just want more people to be able to talk.
No, and for real, that's it. I like seriously, like let's try to keep it to 10 minutes. If it goes 15, it goes 15. But like let's try to keep those to 10. And then Sunday, Whitney Webb joins us for the 10 a.m. On the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast show. We'll be back a few hours later with our Rockfin exclusive. We'll probably just go news heavy on that one.
And check out Johnny Vedmore's awesome fucking album on YouTube.
Johnny Vedmore is a fucking rock star.
I love it.
And I tweeted out the other day, he's got a great song up there called Evil Israeli War Machines that he released a while ago. By like last year or year before that, something like that. But it's killer. And I like it when my friends do other cool shit besides the cool shit that they already do. Thank you to everybody for hanging out. Thank you to everyone who threw a super ray at us. Definitely appreciated. Definitely fucking needed. Again, if you'd like the show and you can consider subscribing to it on the Rockfin. It's $9.99 a month. You get everybody's paywall content for that. And it helps us to keep doing this and do it more and do it better with better gear. So thank you to my better than your co-hosts, Glory Jones and Ali Alexandra. Thanks, Sleepy Josh, on the ones and twos. Fuck, dude. You guys rock. We'll see you soon. Good luck to us all. Bye, Scoop.
Guys.